If you're a committed Presbyterian, if you're a Calvinist, if you're a Reformed, you're probably miserable. And that isn't the worst part about it. If you're Reformed, if you're a Presbyterian, and if you're a Calvinist, you think that being miserable gets points with God for you. We, after all, believe in the sovereignty of God, so if you have cancer, deal with it. If you've lost a kid, Romans 8:28 is all we can say, deal with it. If you're going through marriage problems, then that's tough, but God is sovereign, and He knows what He's doing. Just deal with it. And don't smile, because this is a fallen world. You're to stand out as a light. Just deal with the pain and the wounds and the sin, because that's your lot. Men must work and women must weep, and the sooner it's over, the sooner to sleep. God is sovereign. You're a peon, so deal with it. I remember at a church that I served, when we had healing services, I prayed about it, and I said, God, are you sure? And He was, and I did, but it required that I teach for weeks before we started them. And you know why I had to teach? Because I had seen so much drivel from the name it, frame it, claim it people who said that God meant for you to be healthy and wealthy and wise, and had spoken so often against that, the people, my beloved people in the church, had gotten to the point where they thought that God never said yes. They got to the point that I just described to you, that whatever you're going through, no matter how bad it is, deal with it. Now, I believe, and you've probably heard me say, that every time a pagan gets cancer, a Christian gets cancer, so the world can see the difference. That every time a pagan goes through marriage problems, a Christian goes through marriage problems, so the world can see the difference. That every time a Christian loses his or her business, that's because a pagan is going to lose his or her business, and they need to see the difference. Now, I believe that with all of my heart. But I also believe that if you focus on that too much, you miss the joy and the success that God would give His people. We have a theory. And the theory is that if you're a Christian, you go through hell to get to heaven. And if you're a pagan, you go through heaven to get to hell. And so we bear it, we deal with it. We deal with our failure and our misery, but we say to the pagans, you're going to get yours, and you're going to roast. We're going through hell now, but someday we're going to be home. It's going to be okay. That's a lie. That's from the pit of hell, and it smells like smoke. The truth is, if Jesus was right, I'm come that they might have life and that they might have it abundantly. If the text we're going to study this morning is true, then we go through heaven to get to heaven. I remember